Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. For some of us, this saying, like, I might disagree with what you say, but I would die for your right to say it, is just, ABC 1, 2, 3. For some, they encounter problems in understanding what's that all about. What happened? Georgescu, or his campaign, his attempt, his run for the Romanian presidency is over. For now. What happened? I have 3 articles that confirm. Romanian far-right pro-Russian candidate barred from presidential vote. CNN. Please read and memorize the titles, the headlines. Romanian far-right pro-Russian candidate barred from presidential vote. Right? So you understand already that this should happen actually, because he's pro-Russian, according to them, and he's far-right. So just goes without saying that he should be barred. Next one. BBC News. Romanian far-right presidential hopeful barred from poll rerun. Right there. And the third one, Bloomberg. Romania bars far-right frontrunner from presidential race. Right there. Okay, why? Romania banned far-right frontrunner Georgescu from taking part in the May presidential election in a move that deepens the country's political turmoil and risks provoking the wrath of the Trump administration. Nothing about this tyranny out there. Romania goes into darkness, no democracy, cancel elections, bars a guy who would win that they don't like. Nothing like that. It's just, just ban it, all right, in a move that deepens between Trump, the crazy guy, and, who else? Let's see what BBC says. Romanian far-right populist, that's a bad thing, bad connotation, has been barred from participating in May's presidential election rerun by the country's Central Electoral Bureau. Right there. An legitimate body of people. Right there. The Bureau rejected his candidacy for what it called procedural issues without providing further details. Georgescu called the decision a direct blow to democracy. Yeah, where are the Western democracies on this one? So he now has 24 hours from Sunday's verdict to submit an official appeal, which should issue a ruling within 72 hours. Next one. Let's go to CNN, what they say. Romania's Central Election Authority, that's all right, on Sunday, oh, they work Sunday, man, barred far-right, pro-Russian candidate from running. You got it? The rejection of his candidacy, which was condemned by far-right party leaders as undemocratic, can be challenged at the Constitutional Court. I saw a lot of headlines on YouTube and other people talking about the death of Romanian democracy, or when democracy dies in Romania. To die, first you have to be born. I don't think the Romanian democracy was ever born. That's my, pessimistic Schopenhauerian assessment of Romanian politics. I will tell you my honest, I have no reason to lie to you. Why would I lie to you? Why do I gain? There's a lot of people who already know me, who are watching this. And they can confirm or they can deny that what I'm saying is true. I will tell you my reasons, some of the reasons why I left that culture, that country. But it's not about me. So I would have expected, without evidence so far, there was no evidence provided to support any allegations, accusations. It's just that some authority, in the name authority, not in the reality. In reality, I'm talking about honesty and objectivity and based, fact-based conclusions and so on. Someone said he did something, let's bar him. I think this is a political move. And the political move does not come from within Romania. I refuse to believe that baboonish idea. I think it comes from far away. Far away, as far as I know, Jerusalem or maybe Brussels or London, Paris. So, excuse me. I think I'm going to get a little illness here. I hope it's not a fast cancer and you won't see me starting a month from now. So, what's going on? What's going on? If this guy, Călin Georgescu, would have been a pro-LGBTQ, transgender, I don't know, diversity was our strength, let's destroy Russia kind of guy, if this would have happened in a country, wherever on this planet, I guarantee you the CNN, BBC, and Bloomberg would not have that headline. But let's move on. What can happen? Well, Călin Georgescu will obviously appeal that. I don't think anything will happen because I think it's already preset that he will not be a candidate. Some people, unelected officials, determined that this citizen should not participate. Now, just because you might not like his views, fight for his right to express his views. I mean, if you have a criminal over there and he wants to run, and you say, well, obviously he's going to lose because he's a criminal. Already, we all know that he's a criminal, but then the population votes for the criminal. What do? The only thing you should do is that means the population's culture was changed in such a way that the values, the principles of the nation coincide with the message sent by that criminal. Therefore, whose fault is that? Who makes the culture in a country? Remember when they say, today we're going to all wear pink. And all the baboons out there wear pink. So today we're going to put a feather in our asses and that's the new, I don't know, fad. Some people do it. It's not coming from down there. If it's not accepted by the elites and their media, that's not going to catch. Rarely is going to catch. The fact that, let's say, rock and roll was allowed in the 50s to have an explosion and Elvis was promoted is because some people wanted that to happen. It's not because everybody wanted. They could have stopped him from showing up anywhere. Ed Sullivan out and others. He would not have been promoted by an order. He would have been gone. Rock and roll would have been dead. I guarantee that. Would have been like right now you have death metal, that genre of music. Yeah, some people play it, but it's not a mainstream. It was an order. And who did that? Some people wanted to change the fabric of our society, and they did. And again, then they went to the perversity of hippie. Oh my God, a hippie. What do you mean? Wash. First, go and wash. All right? Make sure you don't have fleas in your hair, and so on. I mean, I used to like Jim Morrison until I realized I grew older and I said, what is this? This is antisocial behavior. This is not how society is built. What are you doing? Anyway, so let's go back here. Călin Georgescu. I already told you what I think about his options. And this is the easiest one. They will legally bar him. I'm pretty sure behind the scenes there were some threats, some blackmail. Why? I'm not an idiot. You're not an idiot. If you've been around the block one time, you realize how the world works. Now, Romania realized, and these guys in the East, when they lost the Cold War, they realized that they can manipulate the masses, the rabble, that is us, in a more subtle way. They don't have to be so, how should I call it, primitive. If you don't do that, we're going to shoot you dead. We're going to get you to the gulag or to the canal. No. It was not like that. They said, well, we can make them think they're free. Like these guys here in the West. They think they have rights. They think they're free. You just need a little pandemic to show them how their freedom could be just like that. And if you didn't know by then, that should be a wake-up call forever. So the Romanians said, you know what, we're going to change this. If we can control the mass media, if we can control our courts. We can bar whomever. Whomever wins that we like, we call it democracy. Whoever is about to win and we don't like, we call it banning or barring from running. There's democracy. I don't think Romania was ever a democracy. I tell you why. You need a certain kind of education. I'm not talking about college degree. You need a certain kind of culture. And I think Romania, I'm sorry to say it, I was born over there, I lived over there, doesn't have that culture. They would beat me up right now if I would say that over there. They would scratch my car over there if I would say this. And they would break my windows at my, I don't know, house if I own one over there. That's the way they are. Here, I have no problem. There are some people here that might do that. But in Romania, I think that's the main culture. You don't think so? Well, my direct experience proved to me that. Now, reasons why I think, or at least reasons why I got fed up with that culture. Romania, if it wants to get out of wherever it is right now, it needs a cultural revolution. That is a different way of looking at things. As I said at the beginning, I might disagree with what you say, but I would die for your right to say it. I think it was Ion Rațiu, after 1990, he came out and he said that. By that time I was too young, I didn't care and so on. But yeah, that's true. And he was not the one who said it. No, in the past, other people say it. Doesn't matter. Get the essence of that. Many people would like to see me barred, banned, closed, denied, out, cancelled. Why? Because they can't beat you. The truth is right there. And they're lying. So this is what I noticed when I decided to leave Romania. I did not identify with the main culture, which was illiterates. We can call it, literates, trailer trash people, and ladies of the night. These were the three main things that were on the television and we were supposed to emulate. Illiterate people trying to pose as new artists of culture in Romania. Blame everybody else who really had culture and promoted Romanian culture and universal culture as being, communists. And then you have naked women on the television, whores, appearing as being the new fun. And then you had a certain kind of minorities promoted at the mass media as being the desirable minority, which is better than you guys. And everybody was doing this in the name of democracy and freedom. I did not identify with that. And I said, if that is Romania, or those are Romanians, that means I'm not Romanian. Now, if I am Romanian, then those guys are not Romanian. So I decided to leave. Why? I couldn't compete with that. There were too many. I understood the forces at that point. The forces are still there. And they are anti-Romanian culture, anti-Romanian nation, tradition, patriotism, nationalism. What's over there is the destruction. Romania, as I said many times before, it's an under occupation. If you support what's going on with Călin Georgescu with no evidence, the evidence is some institutions, agencies say. I want to see the evidence. Remember, in the US Constitution, there is this clause which says you have the right to face your accuser. That means if someone said something, I want to fucking have you in front of me, and okay, where'd you have the information from? Provided right here. You think, oh, Emil, that's exactly what happened. I don't think so. I know them. I tell you what I would do. You might not like it, but this is my vision about Romania. It either gets me killed or it gets me succeeding. I hope, you see how democracy worked so far. Democracy must be erased for about 45 years in Romania. You don't like that? I don't give a shit. Why? With those baboons over there, that you can't. The so-called freedom of speech and freedom of expression, you see how it works? That's just a mirage, just a farce. It's a rudimentary farce. It's a baboonish farce. Here, these guys are doing a little bit more clean. So I think that should be, and I'm going to be ugly about it, the power should be a centralized power. Now, what am I talking about that? I have to use euphemisms. I'm not going to say tyranny, dictatorship, and military dictatorship, but you can connect dots. And you should keep this for about a generation and a half, which is about 45 years, in which some centralized government is going to control the education of those baboons. And that should be a cultural revolution in which certain kind of values, the ways, I'm disappointed with these guys as well. So I'm not picking this model. These are baboons as well. I'm going to give you a direct example. So it should be the revolution for 45 years. And then, yeah, let's open to democracy after you recreated a mentality, a culture. Now let me tell you about this. When I was a martial art fighter, pam, 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 Kyokushin, bam, boom, boom, boom. I was training, oh my God, I'm going to go to the national championship. Who was the last year's national champion? Gigi. Oh, fuck, what I've seen Gigi. I'm going to train for Gigi. And then who was the European champion? Okay, this people I'm going to train. And after a while, I realized, it didn't last, maybe maybe a year or a year and a half. When I realized I shouldn't train for the national champion from last year, from European champion last year, or for a world champion, 4 years ago or 3 years ago. No. I should fight in imaginary about a model better than all of them, the perfect fighter. My own vision of being the best, fighting the best. So I didn't care about Gigi, Mikey, and Tommy, the national champion, the European champion, the world champion. Those were below what I imagined I will face. So I was practicing not for the national European world. I was practicing for this guy. My own vision of how a country should be ran, how a nation should live. I don't take this model here. I don't take the Romanian slum. I have my own. And my own is, borrowing from left and right, pam pam, whatever works in the context. Remember, it was that Zen Quan, where the student asked the master, "Master, your life burns faster," right? Remember Metallica? "How should I fight with a thief?" He was a samurai. Okay, how should I fight with a thief? And the master said, "Well, you should fight with a thief as you fight with a thief, and you should fight with a samurai as you fight with a samurai." So the circumstance dictates how you adjust, right? So again, here the same. You go into Romanian culture and environment, you have to fight with those weapons. You go to a more different country, different society, you work with other kind of things. You understand? So Călin Georgescu is gone. Now, how can this change? It will be changed only by an undemocratic intervention by a foreign state, Donald Trump. Only if Donald Trump would intervene directly, which is interference in domestic affairs of a country, only then Călin Georgescu will be allowed to run, not to win. Not to win because the elections, as Stalin, the Georgian guy, the Djugashvili, he said, let them vote as long as we count the votes. So I have no expectations from Romania. Zero, negative. You like it? I don't give a shit. Go around the block a few times. I'm so sour, I don't want to say anger about what's going on over there. The fact that I am where I am right now is because of those guys who took the power and they've been raping Romania for the past 30-some years. And how can you change that? You can't change it with blah, 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 blah. You need to go over there and act according to the circumstance. With the thief, you fight as you fight with the thief. You go over there and fuck them up. That's how you fight. Romanians learn two things. Two things they listen. The first one is violence. They listen to the violence. Yes. To dictatorship, to tyranny. That's the way they're born. Look at their history. I don't have to go to the Bordea. You know what Bordea? I mean, they've been in fucking Bordea until what, 1920 or something? What did you expect? Some of them. They answer quickly and react positively. Yes, capul plecat, sabia nu-l taie. The bowed head, the sword is not gonna cut. This is the ideology of some in Romania. Smack, smack. Not, die for your family, die for your nation, die for your rights, die for your principles, die for your values. No. It's too much, man. Bow your head, get fucked in the ass, and then everything's gonna be A-okay as a servant. So that's the first way the Romanians, who don't like it, I don't care, get out. They react and they act. The second one is if you are capable to fool them. Pingi manga, shumu manga, simichuko, paka paka, suko loco. Remember, in the first one, the bribes work. In the second one, you have to fool them. It's very hard because the Romanians are kind of smart, sneaky, right? But the first one works all the time. All the time. Don't give me Ceausescu's example. Ceausescu was toppled by outside agencies, not by inside agencies, with the help of outside. Remember, General Stănculescu, Atanasie Stănculescu, was an MI6. He told Ceausescu, go in that helicopter, he's gonna get you to safety. And he got him over there, he got orders. No, dropped him in a fucking field. That's how they were. How is that, treason? Correct, by MI6. Those good boys from Great Britain. Alright? So if I go to Romania to do something, I will just help them through these two methods. Right now I'm the good method. We'll see how it works. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Călin Georgescu, I'm happy that he's alive still. They will go to that route too. They're the same thugs. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.